So here's the fun thing. We have been trying to give N5 since 2020. So we were unable to give the first time we picked up our form because of the obvious reason, COVID pandemic. So the exams were cancelled. So I mean, I think we have had more than enough time to prepare for the whole examination. Well, yes, I think we took it a bit more leniently, and then we ended up preparing, cramming everything up on the last day. Things that happen if you have too much time at your hand. But yeah, I think it was not as overwhelming as we were anticipating it to be. Like, we were like, oh my God, this is this international giant exam that we are supposed to sit. I mean, we make so many mistakes in our normal exams. How are we going to cope up with this international giant? But surprisingly, it was almost underwhelming. Almost. Yes.
Actually, the three of us, in fact, got together before the day of the exam, just a sneak peek into like the background of the day before the exam, and we were like very, very tensed. But at the same time, we just kept consoling each other because like we had already, by now, we have already started preparing for an N4. So, I mean, more or less, we have stepped into it. So, preparing and sitting for N5, I would say was a bit, I mean, it was very confusing at first that where is the fine line that divides the N4 syllabus and then 5-1. So yeah, as Ankana-san mentioned that we were cramming things in. But then indeed, when we sat for it, I really felt confident. I was like, okay, this is nothing like, I mean, this is everything like we have practiced before and nothing like we were not expecting this.
Personally, the one thing which I found which was enough were completely different when it came to the actual exam. I'll go into this in the later part, but I was confident in some sections, but then again, those sections actually were difficult for me when it came to compared to the other sections where I thought it would be harder, but it was easier. So yeah, that is one experience that I think uh, we should keep in mind. Like, I will definitely keep in mind when preparing for N4, because things are not as we expect it to be, because obviously maybe it is because it was my first time, so maybe that's the case. But yeah, overall it was a pretty nice experience.